Hello friends and welcome back. Since today I was mass producing some see-through tags, I thought I would just kind of drag you along with me and show you some of the products that I'm using and the process that I'm going to go through. So this is what the tag looks like. It's super cute. It's really easy to do because I'm kind of mass producing everything. I'll show you as I'm going through the video how I'm setting it up, but this is how it looks when it's finished. And for products here, what we're going to be using is some 110-pound cardstock and fun foam. That will make the shaker part super easy. We're going to use acetate sheets, and I've cut my cardstock and my fun foam 3 by 4, and I'm going to be using, and there's my acetate, and I just cut the acetate just slightly larger than the opening. I'm going to be using the Cat Scrappiness. These are the square embossed edge dies. I'm also using the A2 acetate sheets, and for the mix inside I'm using the Sugar Plum Fairies, and this is what it looks like. Super sparkly, very cute. I've already cut and colored all of my images, and I did a whole bunch of them, and that set is a Hello Bluebird, but any small stamp set that you have images that you really like, just go ahead and stamp out a whole bunch of them, color them up, get them all ready, and then any other little decorations that you want to go on your tag. I will link every product that I used on the coordinated blog post. So if there's anything here that you see that you really want, I will have links to that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this is I want to say the third to the middle sized square, and I'm just running them through my die cutting machine, and I left the die in the top one so that every piece underneath is exactly the same. Once you've lined it all up, it's exactly the same. So that way you don't have any wonky pieces when you put them together. Everything will be lined up perfectly. So you just have to take that middle piece out and then run it through again, and just keep using that top piece as your guide for every time you run it through, and then everything will line up just fine. So now I'm going to attach my acetate to the inside of each one of the cardstock pieces, and I'm using tape. You can use glue, whatever you have that you usually use for acetate, and then because it's my tape is a little wider than my acetate, I'm just using my embossing buddy to get rid of the stickiness, and then a microfiber cloth just to clean it all up. Then you want to take mine happens to have sticky back, but you don't have to. You can use just regular. I got this at Walmart. It's really cheap. You get them in all different colors, which is nice because if you want to do something like this, at least the middle isn't like bright white or a completely different color. I've got purples and reds and all kinds of colors with this fun foam. The other thing I did was I lined up my sentiments in my MISTI all ready to go top and bottom, so that way all I have to do is put my cards in and go. And then I just leave them right where they are. So that way I just have to ink them up and put them to the front and back of my tag. Just makes things faster just to leave it right where it is, have it all lined up and ready to go. Set that off to the side, and now I've got the front of my tag and the back of my tag. I have my fun foam in the middle, so now all I have to do is put my sequin mix inside, and this is super pretty. It's got snowflakes in it and all different like hues of purples, and that's why I kind of went with this purple theme for this one. I've also mass produced some in blue and in pink as well. I didn't do any conventional. I don't know. Today I'm not feeling, or I shouldn't say today, this year I'm not feeling the red and green so much. I'm really liking these different colors. So now I'm just going to start kind of stacking up my little thing. So I've got these wreaths that I cut out. I've got some, it's hard to tell, but that's actually sparkly white cardstock, and then some iridescent purple cardstock, which I believe that's that new Ranger cardstock that's got that kind of like metallic, but it's purple. I'm going to add my mix inside. Once I get that all, you don't want to put a lot because fun foam's not really thick. It's not like using the double-sided adhesive, where you double it up and make it real thick. It's not super thick, so you just want a nice thin layer of that. And then I'm using glue to put, because it just gives you a couple seconds more so that you can slide it around in case you're not perfectly even. And then I just set something heavy on top of it while I waited for it to dry. Once it's dry, then we're going to start cleaning up. I said cleaning up because as you can see all those sequins up there in the corner, I had a sequin explosion. I hit that container that they were in and they flew everywhere. I'm going to be finding Sugar Plum Fairy sequins for the next 6 months. So I'm just layering up my wreaths that I have all cut out. And these ones are some La La Land dies that I have, and like I said, I'll link them on my blog if you are interested in them. Now I'm going to place my little tree, giving myself just a little scene right there in the corner because I think it's super cute. For everything that I'm attaching, I'm not putting any adhesive in the open part of the window. So if I've got a square, why can't I think of the name of it? The square adhesive, foam adhesive on the backs, it's below the acetate, so you can't see it through the window. Even though you can see the backs of my little characters, I didn't want you to see ugly foam back there, so that's why I have them down kind of low. I also didn't put any glue on there on the actual acetate. I glued everything down below where you see the see-through part. Now I'm going to put a couple of my little stars, and again, can't really see it very well, but those are white. I have white and purple sparkly paper there, so they have a little bit of shine to them. Next, I'm going to add the little place for the tag. Use my Crocodile, the big side, which cuts right through all the layers, no problem. And then I found this, so the art impressions, the stitched tags have a whole bunch of different sizes, the hole reinforcers. So I found one that will fit pretty well over this, and I cut it out with the white. I have so much of this little pieces of the white sparkly paper from snow that I was making on all my cards that I'm just using like little scraps to cut those out. Then I'm going to use some white and silver, this one, and some purple, just the string, I guess. One of them is baker's twine, but it's so thin I wouldn't even call it baker's twine. And then that's it. Super easy. If you cut everything and get everything ready ahead of time and just start mass producing, you can make a ton of these in no time at all. The longest thing was coloring the images, and I did some simple 2-color for each one. I didn't do anything, not a ton of shading, and so it went pretty quickly. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you again next Friday with another video using more of the great products over at Cat Scrappiness. And like I said, links will be on the coordinating blog post, which will be linked below the video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.